Charles Hoskinson elaborates on the $150 trillion plan. Charles Hoskinson is an American entrepreneur who is the co-founder of the Cardano blockchain platform and the blockchain engineering company Input Output Global Incorporated. In his talk about the 5 pillars of the 21st century, he outlines the true significance of blockchain technology in a philosophical analysis. According to Charles, blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, quantum computing, synthetic biology, and nanotechnology are the 5 emerging technologies that will rule the world. Charles' point of view, which is supported by a number of people, is that the establishment of a one-world government is being carried out under the guise of ESG, or environmental and social governance, and within the parameters of the actual objective of the World Economic Forum. The ESG movement is causing a transformation in each and every industry around the globe, and the price tag for this particular transaction is estimated to be $150 trillion. Hello and welcome to another video of Finance Sense, where we cover all the latest trends in the financial markets and the economy. Before we start, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment below if you enjoyed watching this video, and turn on the notification bell to keep posted. ESG is being promoted in the mainstream media as providing investors with a chance to engage in businesses with projects, missions, and goals aligned with their personal beliefs and ideals. On paper, that seems like an excellent idea. However, in practice, the end goal is to gradually but certainly modify the social laws that govern us in order to mold them and ultimately change them. Charles claims that the technology necessary to transform the social laws that govern our society into natural laws, similar to gravity in the field of physics, is already present. The introduction of CBDCs, which stands for Central Bank Digital Currencies, will play a significant part in laying the foundation for what is planned. Nevertheless, Hoskinson maintains the idea that blockchain technology can impede what's coming. In addition, Hoskinson contends that in the previous system, you had to be sufficiently powerful to control everything from carbon emissions to supply chains, manufacturing techniques, corporate employment policies, interpersonal interactions, and corporate governance. The only organization strong enough to penalize individuals for non-compliance on a worldwide scale would be a one-world government, which is why ESG includes concepts like CBDCs. CBDCs are a type of government-issued currency that is not linked to any sort of tangible good in the physical world. A central bank issues the currency, manages the flow of the currency, and then combines social credit. Hoskinson claims that the combination of these factors translates to the following. If you do not do what the ESG order says, your financial resources will be cut off. Ultimately, according to Hoskinson, this is a direction the 21st century is headed in the absence of blockchain technology. He stated, basically, you have a panopticon where the AI, especially a quantum-enabled AI, will be able to detect if you're in compliance or not. And if you're not in compliance, there has to be a punishment mechanism, soft or hard, to effectively compel you into conformity. For instance, things like cutting off your money or just limiting your freedom in society. However, Hoskinson asserts that blockchain technology may be used to construct the rules in this new world order because it enables people to take something that you would normally enforce through a social agreement and then treat it as if it's immutable and cannot be broken. Hoskinson also discusses the potential for blockchain technology to disrupt existing financial systems. He believes that blockchain technology can enable individuals to have greater control over their finances and reduce their dependence on traditional financial institutions. He sees a future in which people can easily and securely transact with one another without the need for intermediaries and where access to financial services is available to everyone. Meanwhile, apart from blockchain technology, Hoskinson considers artificial intelligence as the most significant technological development. This is because AI makes it possible to extend cognition to the point where synthetic cognition may be created on a global scale. He asserted that the superpower of the second brain is that it has access to the internet and that it is also recursive, meaning that it is self-training so that GPT-4 trains GPT-5 and GPT-5 trains GPT-6, and every time it does this, it gains exponential capabilities. You have exponential growth technology to create new knowledge and insight. Hoskinson, however, argues that the limitations of AI necessitate the incorporation of quantum computing. He went on to say that quantum computing was a brand new type of computing that offered some very significant and new capabilities as well as the potential to break the security of Bitcoin. In addition, capitalism is driving the development of quantum computing since it provides solutions to complicated issues, and the first people who solve such issues are rewarded with huge sums of money. Hoskinson highlighted the one-shot signatures on which he co-authored a paper as an example. He claims that this technology allows for the capacity to sign anything only once and then ensure it can never be signed again, which, in his opinion, you can't achieve in classical computing. Synthetic biology, on the other hand, persists outside of the capitalist system. At its most extreme, synthetic biology may offer you immortality, which Hoskinson views as the single largest driving factor in human intellect, especially when combined with nanobiotechnology. Hoskinson defines synthetic biology as the field where you start utilizing technology to handle and transform organisms, including de-extinction and the development of new abilities such as the incorporation of color-changing cells into human tissue or the integration of computers into our brains so that we can think to text. After that, Hoskinson discusses nanotechnology, a subject that is closely related yet rarely covered by the media. He asserts that nanotechnology enables people to transform any physical object into a computer, potentially curing diseases like cancer and transforming a restaurant table into kind of like an e-ink display that shows the menu. Nanotechnology is extremely connected to all other technologies, and Hoskinson argues that using this technology may convert any physical object into a computer. Meanwhile, Hoskinson says, we have no choice but to accept these technological developments. But the prevailing issue is that these 21st century technologies do not have a layer responsible for regulating them, and ESG is a subset of these technologies. Hence, the public's urgent concern about the need for a regulatory layer has led to the secret development of a meta-government to oversee the implementation of such regulations. Hoskinson then added that the existence of the ongoing development of the meta-government can be seen in the movement towards CBDCs and social credit, all international agreements that are being made, unification of languages, and the efficiency of a one global reaction to things like lockdowns because of COVID. The technologies in question will likely have a significant influence in our society at some point in the future, which will be ruled by either a pyramid system or a horizontal system. In the pyramid system, you construct a one-world government to oversee these technologies, and such a government is controlled by a small group of unelected elites. Under the system, those at the top run everything and acquire ultimate dominion and control. On the other hand, in the horizontal system driven by blockchain technology, everyone is equal, having the same rights and the same access to the system, and there is no one in charge of the system. According to Hoskinson, the natural law may be transformed into digital human rights system through this horizontal structure. In addition, these technologies are extension or regulation technologies since they extend or regulate us and are interrelated. Hoskinson continued by saying that if the protocols under these technologies are built in a fair and reasonable manner, then you will have benefits such as equality by design and guarantees of rights. For instance, if you have a privacy rider, you can ensure that those rights are upheld since the protocols can do so and cannot be affected by a company or specific government agency. Finally, Hoskinson emphasizes that these technologies are not inherently good or bad, but rather they are tools that can be used for a variety of purposes. He urges us to approach these technologies with caution and responsibility to ensure that they are used to benefit humanity and not to harm it. Ultimately, Hoskinson believes that the development and implementation of these technologies will shape the future of our society, and it is up to us to ensure that they are used responsibly and ethically. Hi, we hope that you've enjoyed watching this video and learned something valuable. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to keep posted with our videos. This is Finance Sense, helping you stay current on all the most recent changes in the financial markets and economy. Stay safe and look out for the next video.